My name is Dorothy Bell. I am 71 years old. I live in a small flat above a bakery in Leeds. I raised 3 children alone. My husband left when my youngest was only 2 years old. I worked 2 jobs. I cleaned offices in the morning. I cleaned houses in the evening. I never complained. My children needed food, clothes, and school books. I gave them everything I could. Now my children are grown. James is a doctor. Susan is a lawyer. Tom owns a restaurant. They all live in big houses in nice areas of the city. I am proud of them.
But something has changed. Last month, James got married. It was a big wedding in a fancy hotel. I was so excited. I bought a new dress. I practiced what I would say to his new wife. The invitation came late. It said, "Family and close friends only." I thought, of course I am family. I am his mother. On the day of the wedding, I got dressed early. I waited for someone to pick me up. Nobody came. I called James. He did not answer. I called Susan. She said, "Mom, I'm so sorry. It's just James wanted a small, simple wedding. Very few people." I asked, "But I am his mother. Where else would I be if not at my son's wedding?" Susan was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Mom, please don't make this difficult." I did not understand. Difficult? I only wanted to see my son get married. I sat in my new dress in my small flat and I watched the clock. At 2 o'clock, the wedding began. I imagined James standing there, smiling in his suit. I imagined his bride walking toward him. I imagined the music, the flowers, the laughing. And I sat alone, in my dress, with nowhere to go. 2 days later, Tom visited me. He brought cake from his restaurant. He sat at my small kitchen table. I asked him, "Tom, why was I not invited to your brother's wedding?" Tom looked down at the table. He did not answer right away. I said, "Please, Tom, tell me the truth." Tom took a breath. He said, "Mom, James's new wife comes from a very wealthy family. Her parents are important people. James was worried that you would say the wrong thing or wear the wrong clothes. He didn't want to embarrass himself." My heart felt heavy. Embarrass himself? In front of who? Tom said quietly, "In front of her family, Mom." He told me, "Mom doesn't know how to act in those situations." I sat very still. I thought about all the years I cleaned houses so James could go to medical school. I thought about the nights I went without dinner so he could have new shoes. I said, "I see." Tom looked ashamed. He said, "Mom, I'm sorry. I should not have told you." I said, "No, Tom. I am glad you told me. It is better to know the truth." That night, I could not sleep. I looked at old photographs. James as a little boy, holding my hand on his first day of school. James studying late at night, while I worked in the kitchen, ironing clothes for extra money. I thought, I gave him everything, and now he is ashamed of me. The next morning, there was a knock at my door. It was my neighbor, Grace. She is 68 years old. She lives alone too, in the flat below mine. Grace said, "Dorothy, are you all right? I heard you walking late last night." I told her everything, about the wedding, about what Tom said. Grace listened carefully. When I finished, she said, "Dorothy, can I tell you something?" I said, "Of course." Grace said, "My daughter is ashamed of me too. She does not invite me to her parties. She says I talk too much about the old days." I looked at Grace. I had lived above her for 5 years, but I never knew this. Grace said, "For a long time, I felt like I failed, like I did something wrong. But Dorothy,
We did not do anything wrong. We worked. We sacrificed. We gave our children a better life than we had. I said, "But why are they ashamed of us?" Grace was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Maybe it is not about us. Maybe it is about them. Maybe they are afraid that other people will see where they came from, and that frightens them more than it should." I thought about this for a long time. Grace said, "Dorothy, would you like to have tea with me sometimes? In the afternoons?" I said, "I would like that very much." After that day, Grace and I had tea together every afternoon. We talked about our lives, our old jobs, our children when we were young mothers, and they were small, and they loved us without conditions. A few weeks later, Tom visited me again. This time, he brought his daughter, my granddaughter, Lily. She is 7 years old. Lily ran to me and hugged me. She said, "Grandma, can you tell me the story about when Dad was small and broke the window with a football?" I laughed. I told her the story. Tom laughed too. Before they left, Tom said, "Mom, I want Lily to know you, really know you, not just see you sometimes." I said, "I would like that, Tom." James never called. James never explained. Maybe one day he will. Maybe he will not. But I have Grace, my friend, who understands. I have Tom, who chose to know me. And I have Lily, who loves the stories of who I was and who I am. I gave my children everything I had. I do not regret that. But I learned something important. The love we give does not always come back from the same people. Sometimes it comes back from someone new, someone unexpected, standing right beside us. I am still Dorothy Bell. I am still their mother. And I am still, finally, somebody's grandma who tells the best stories. What would you do if you were in Dorothy's place? Tell me in the comments below. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.